Nick,
Yes.
what's your topic?
My topic, as always, comes from the audience.
Oh, yes, it does. Who won last week?
Unsurprisingly, accidentally farting in public won last week. And that was thanks to... I really got to write these down. Damn it. Well, I'll find that later. Guys, while I'm looking for that, when's the last time you accidentally farted in public?
I mean, what... Like, accidentally.
I fart in public intentionally all the time. But
do you?
Yeah. I
rip
farts all the time.
It doesn't embarrass you?
Well, but I do it when people really can't hear it.
Yeah. Like when you're on the airplane. That's the best.
Oh, I have pants. Thank you so much for that.
Good
Great Twitter handle.
Good to handle, yeah. Especially for this question.
Colin, so you're walking down the street and you're like, you feel it because it starts in like sort of that mid stomach kind of toward the rear end area, and you're like, I got some buildup, and I think it's good enough to just kind of let it go.
You got to relieve some pressure,
and you're just like, it's a basic human thing. So before modern society, this was happening all of the time. Every time someone would go anywhere and they had to fart, they just farted, right? But we have these sort of social taboos, which are that it's really not, you're not supposed to do it in public, right? That doesn't bother you at all.
No. No one has to know. It's not like I'm walking around like in a church and I'm like, farting, walking down the aisle to get the host or whatever. It's like the body of Christ. Yeah, do the tongue there. I'd rather you do the tongue thing.
That's how I used to do it. I used to just look at
So into the camera. Do it to the camera.
You do it to the camera. Do it to the camera. Look at the pre-sci.
You were all best friends. Show the best friends.
Don't break eye contact with them.
I do the whale's tongue. Like SeaWorld, they were like,
I like the idea of you not breaking eye contact with the priest, though.
No, I never do. When tongues are involved, I always keep eye contact.
But no, like last week, I was texting Greg because I was even on the Muni coming home.
Yeah,
and I was just farting. Like I was like, I gotta do it. I'm sorry. I'm like I gotta let it go.
Did they smell? I don't know.
I definitely
more so than the smell. Were they like? Did they make audible?
They did because I could hear it, but I think like the noise of the train and all those kinds of things.
You're covering it.
Are covering it up. Like I don't think you're again. It's there's a difference between like there's ambient noise and then
like
silence.
Yeah.
Like no one's gonna hear like the rip of the fart.
Sure.
But when I think about it, like I'll walk down the street and I'll fart. I'm not gonna do. So I'm trying to be inconspicuous about it,
right?
But like I always think
walking and like just drop to like your knees, like ah.
But I always think about if I'm doing it, certainly other people are farting all around.
Oh yeah, all the time.
Sure. I mean, I'll if there's no one around, sure, why not? But like, I don't think I've actually ever accidentally done it.
Oh, I have.
Ever?
Yeah. I have.
Maybe in like
I did it in school.
I don't remember a time when I did it.
Never accidentally. Like, I've never farted with an audible fart that I didn't want to happen at that time.
Interesting.
So you do it for humor.
Well,
you do it for
audible
comfort.
for humor, but mainly, I mean, I'll just do it when I'm like, I'll fart in front of whoever the fuck if I know it's not going to make a sound. I don't give a shit.
So the sound is the most important
To me,
thing.
the sound is the thing.
The lingering stench in the air that smells like
you can totally blame that on someone
insides.
else. Unless it's like with someone that you
rotting. Because I've seen what you guys eat, and there is some rotting stuff inside.
Oh, my colon is just...
It's dark.
A mess. It's a fucking mess.
It looks like one of those caves that like man hasn't touched in like billions of years. And it's just stalagmites everywhere and like creatures.
It's amazing anything gets out of there at all. There have been times though where I've tried to be sneaky with the fart and then it just
you overcompensate.
And then it smells. And it's like you gotta kind of either play it up. I remember in the old office in Brisbane, I was going out with Clayman to go out to lunch, and I was waiting by his desk, and I ripped the fart. It just reeked, and I was like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I thought it was just going to be an innocuous kind of fart.
Yeah, there has been times where I've been alone, like at my desk, and I'll fart, and then someone will come up to me
immediately. It happens to me all the time at work. I fart, and then somebody comes up with a question. I'm like, Jesus Christ, really? Like, I've been alone for 30 minutes, and all of a sudden, somebody's got a fucking question here.
And what's
breaking
worse,
goddamn news.
What's even worse is that at the IGN offices, somehow the cubicles are put in such a way that your back is always toward everything.
Yeah.
Like, I can't see anything. I am blind. I have like one spot I can see, like a horse. Everything else is no peripheral visions. So they sneak up behind you. They'll be standing there. You don't know how long they're there for. How long have you been there for? They're like reading your emails and stuff, having a cup of coffee, enjoying the superficial while you read it. Yeah, that's the worst.
Now, I want to bring up, just real quick, 2 rules.
Take your time with this.
The first rule is that when you're in a
I hate
bathroom, a
pants.
public bathroom, farting goes. It doesn't matter.
See,
Yeah,
no, fuck
yeah.
that. I think
I
this is
fart at
weird.
urinals and all that shit all the time.
That's
Who's
when
around
I
me and who's there? I let it go.
I get weird about that.
Yeah.
I gotta let it go.
Really?
Where are you gonna fart if you can't fart in the bathroom?
Go into the stall.
You get
Fuck
stall.
that.
If
No
you're
way.
at the
You're in the
urinal,
bathroom.
That's weird, man.
I'm
This
letting
is the
him
same
rip at
thing
the
with
urinal,
like
dude.
with
It's
Christine,
weird.
right? Like where I don't want to fart around her. Here's the thing you need to know about Greg Miller. Everyone who is a best friend here, you guys. I don't know how much you've caught on to this. We don't talk about it enough. Everyone out there needs to know. I'm a loud person. I'm very loud, right? My voice at a normal volume is loud.
And when you walk up the stairs, it sounds like the Sasquatch is coming home from work.
Sure, there's that. When I sneeze, how do I sneeze?
Like my mom.
Oh,
Like a
5
crazy
8
person.
times.
It's
Like a
super
crazy
loud.
person. It's not super loud. It's
Yeah,
just,
it is.
It's very.
Then you won't hear me hold it back. What I'm driving at is that I do everything loudly. I fart. In high school, when you're just friends and you sit around and you fart and you make fun of each other,
Yeah.
they always said I sounded like a bass line. Because there's like it's deep.
You got the low end.
It's coming from deep within me, somewhere in here, and coming out loudly. So that's, there's no way not when I fart. It's rare for me, like, oh, that was a quiet one, nice,
Yeah.
whatever. So like when I go to poop, or even when I'm in the bathroom, like I like around like Christine, right? I'm not gonna be like farting all the time, right? At least only if they're quiet, okay, no, whatever. But like when I gotta fart or whatever, I'm not trying to fart around her. But as soon as I close the bathroom door, I'm not even worried about it anymore. Like I'm fucking in the
fine.
bathroom. This is where the farts go. This is what happens.
Interesting.
I mean, granted, I'm shitting in there too. Don't get me wrong. It's not like
Yes.
just
Yeah.
I don't go in there like a weirdo, fart for a little bit, come out.
We have that policy too at my household.
It's not.
Where
It's an
like-
unspoken rule. We've never spoken about. Could I
We-
just fart in front of her?
We have talked about this ad nauseum in my house, my wife, because I think it's funny. When you're married, you're like everything's
What's
funny.
too late? You're locked in now.
You're
Farts
like,
are
what
funny.
are you gonna do? It's not
It's
gonna happen.
expensive to get out of this.
So I'll be talking and I'll go and I'll be like, yeah, and you go start. You'll just go and you'll still be in the conversation, but the door will be open and you'll be going to the bathroom or whatever.
I did not know I'm talking.
as I'm walking.
He always does
That's
this little
not-
Muppet walk.
This isn't a walk.
That's
I
my
thought
thing.
you were gonna be like you grab her by the nose and fart.
No, but you'll go and inevitably, like, you'll just be caught up in the conversation and you'll go to the bathroom. My apartment's really small. It's San Francisco. It's not like we all have a lot of space. And the bathroom is like, it's hardwood floors. So you can hear everything. And inevitably something will squeak out and she'll be like, just shut the door. I can still hear it, but it's the courtesy of you shutting the door that allows me to continue on living without wanting to kill you
Yeah.
every single second. And I get that.
See, it's
but
not-
see, you don't tell me that because then I just leave the door open on purpose every single time.
Oh, see, no, I don't.
That's
Yeah,
the
I go
problem.
in there, I close it, and then I learned a trick from Damon Hatfield because I roomed with Damon Hatfield for years, going to events just to run water. Just run water to cover up
Well,
anything,
that's
any noise in there, or whatever you're doing. I'm like, oh, that's very polite.
I'm the exact opposite.
Punching myself in the stomach. You and your girlfriend have a bizarre bathroom relationship.
Yeah. Cheryl and I just go like, if she's like, as long as no one's pooping, we'll go in and out of the bathroom like while we're talking to each other, and I'll just like she'll be
yeah.
in the
Oh,
shower
yeah,
and then
no,
I'll be
yeah.
and all that kind of stuff. But I fart in front of her all the time, and sometimes I try to Dutch oven her as well. So it's just,
messed
but like I rip like notorious farts in the morning. This is a Moriarty thing. I think everyone farts in the morning, but my farts are like really loud.
Mm-hmm.
My dad, I would hear my dad fart in the morning, like from upstairs, and then hear him laughing. Be like this long, like 5-second fart, because my dad eats it mostly vegetable, so it's like a really gaseous fart.
Yeah.
And then you hear like, which is like so, because it's funny. Like your farts are funny. But I'm gonna teach you guys a trick that I want everyone at home to do it too.
Listen up.
Go in the shower and wet one of the walls. If you have tile walls, right? Wet one of the walls. And then and you have to fart, right? So use one of the wet walls, and if you really want to get crazy with it, kind of soap up your butt a little bit.
Soap
all right?
it up.
Yeah.
Are we in the shower?
Right now.
Yeah.
Did you just ask, are we in the shower?
Like, are we? We're showering.
We're showering. You're in the
I
shower.
thought you were climbing into the bathtub.
You said go into the bathroom and wet a towel.
Yeah.
No,
Wet
the
the
wall.
wall.
The tile wall.
I'm with Nick
Oh.
on this.
Wet the tile wall.
Yeah.
And soap up your butthole a little bit when you're in the
Soap it
shower.
up, okay.
Press your ass against the wet wall and fart. And it is the loudest thing you have ever heard in your life.
I'm gonna do it
If
tomorrow.
executed properly,
I'm gonna do it
it can be
tomorrow.
heard anywhere in the house.
Can I call you when I do it tomorrow?
Yeah.
Is this something you learned from living with your brothers and?
I
famous?
don't know. I think it might have been something
Yeah.
I actually invented myself. I don't know when I figured out that like you can amplify the fart noise by putting it against the wet wall in the shower, but I learned that.
Can we?
And it was great.
Is there a name for this that we could name right now?
I don't know. Maybe people in the comments can tell us what they want to name
The
this
wet
maneuver.
wall. Moriarty wall.
You're in the shower.
The waller.
You have to fart. You may or may not soap up the butthole a little bit.
That's optional.
I don't know if it's necessary. I feel like it might be necessary, but I typically am not like, because I've never actually like just soaped the butthole to do this, but sometimes I have soap on me.
Yeah, it's running
You know
down
what I mean?
the
And
crack.
it's, and it's like it's ready to go.
Beautiful
So I'm
porcelain
not
back.
quite sure if it's just the lubrication.
When's the last time you did this?
A few weeks ago, probably.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, this is recent then.
Sometimes it's a dud, which is disappointing.
So give it a few shots.
This is so good.
Don't just come out and think, attempt one, think you got it.
But tell
Give
us
it
in
a
the
few
comments what you think we should name this maneuver,
Okay.
and then try it for yourself, because I think it's really something special. Because it really brings out the humor in the fart. You already have the fan going in your bathroom. You're not going to smell it. You might be
Yeah.
hotboxing yourself for a little while.
Yeah, the problem with the any sort of
But it's your own
farting
scent.
in the shower is that inevitably it makes it that much worse because it's warm then. It's like a warm smell.
Yeah, it is a warm smell.
You know
what the worst thing when you're in the shower is? This is just an aside. It's very intimately related though. You ever go in the shower and then you have to shit?
Yeah.
So you have to get
Yeah.
out of the shower and then you're all wet and you're sitting on the toilet.
Feels like
and it's terrible. And then you have to like start all over again.
The worst is when you'll finish showering. You'll be like, all right, now I gotta poop, and you poop. And you're like, I just I literally was clean.
Yeah.
For 10 seconds.
It's a real.
You
It's
just
a
gotta
real
jump
shame.
back in the shower.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always do this. I jump out of the shower, do it, get back in, forget I jumped out of the shower like a wet seal, and then when I'm done showering,
Yeah,
I
God,
slip and
everything's
fall on my
disgusting.
ass
No, you
because there's water everywhere every single time.
How have you not broken anything?
Because I'm made of steel.
Oh.
Broke your hip.
You break your hip. You break your hip like an old man.
Okay. That was a good topic.
Thanks. I have pants. Remember, if you have topics for this Game Over Greggy show, follow me on Twitter at Nick_Scarpino and tweet at me your topics, just like I have pants, and we will vote.
Like we're going to do right now.
gonna
ladies
do
and
right
gentlemen.
now.
Two
So-
topics are going to come up.
I did not run these by you guys. I
It's
apologize.
fine. Number
earlier,
one
but
will be
they're
down
pretty
here.
good.
Number two will be over here. You click on it. You watch little Nick's intro videos. Little Nick. You watch Nick's videos about it. Little Nicky. And then you like the video you're voting for. So you can watch both. You like them. The one with the most likes is more likely to be picked.
I feel like we haven't done this topic yet, and I really like it. It's a good serious topic. When would you cut the cord with cable?
Oh,
That is a good one.
So that'll be
there.
right here.
So
No,
click on
somewhere-
Nick's.
No,
or click
right
on
over
Tim's,
there.
Click
This
on
is
Tim's right arm.
That'll be on
Fucking
Superman's
3 of this. You
bald
guys
spot.
fuck around. You've never even watched these videos. You have no idea where they go.
I don't watch my own work. And the next one is worst dates you've ever been on. That'll be
Click on the third cord.
it's this auxiliary cable.
Auxiliary cable coming out right here. It's just going to be a few pixels. Click on that.
We're done now.
How does YouTube work?
How does YouTube work?
Great. Thanks, guys. Good
My
top-
turn for a
good
topic.
discussion.